So, what has our favourite Chinese multi-hyphenate little golden pig been up to this week? Find out on the YIBO Weekly. Well, friends, I am sorry about last week. Maybe you aren't, because without my yapping, it was much more compact. But my bedroom was otherwise occupied last week. My husband wasn't well, and so he was right over there, and no filming could happen. Anyway, moving on. That's not important. What has happened this week? Well, last Wednesday was 5/20, which is of course a weird Chinese internet Valentine's Day adjacent celebration, because apparently the Chinese for 5/20 sounds like the Chinese for I love you. I say apparently because to my mind they're not that close, and in fact 5/21 is also celebrated as Chinese Valentine's Day, because the Chinese for 5/21 also sounds apparently like I love you. But anyway, moving on. It was 5/20. And so there were a number of things that happened for 5/20, but none of them were beyond brand stuff, especially YIBO related. What did happen on 5/20 was that the Telly Awards, which is an international, some sort of awards program for television programs, released their, things, and Exploring the Unknown season 1 won a gold Telly in 2025, and Exploring the Unknown season 2 won a bronze Telly, and that was announced last Wednesday. So that happened during the week, and YIBO-OFFICIAL posted about that. YIBO-OFFICIAL also were a little bit busy this week. They posted video on Xiaohongshu and on Douyin, but not on Weibo. The move away from Weibo continues, and I continue to try and keep up. But anyway, so they posted more footage from his Paris trip earlier in the year. One was behind the scenes stuff of a loewe promotion, which was the photos came out this week, and so the YIBO-OFFICIAL dropped some video, and the other was lacoste footage of a lacoste shoot.
Turn those frowns upside down, joy is all around, feel the laughter sound, every moment like a scene from a dream upon the screen. Watch it now and take a part from the script within your heart. Laugh out loud and spread the cheer. Make the world a place that's clear. In this movie, life's a jest.
So that happened this week. Not a great deal else. The only directly YIBO connected thing is that he liked a couple of posts on Instagram. He liked one from Adelie Fong, a fellow racing driver, and he liked one from an F1 driver. That's the only direct proof of life that I have from YIBO this week. But yes, the Adelie's post was because the racing team raced without YIBO at Ningbo, and they did very well. They did very well. So they finished second and third in their categories, and Car 98 finished second overall. So well done, Racing. There's another meet coming up in a month or so, and I have no idea whether or not YIBO will be involved in that. Nothing has been said or even foreshadowed. So who knows? YIBO-OFFICIAL did actually put out something else this week before the race. They dropped a 22-minute video on a number of different platforms, including YouTube. So I'll put the link below. You can go and watch the whole thing on YouTube, and it has English subs, and it's like a little short film wrapping up what happened in the opening race of the season in Shanghai, which is the one that YIBO did drive in, and you'll get quite a lot more insight into the ins and outs, not just of what happened on the race track, but also like what was happening in the team by watching that. So if you're interested in the racing, go and watch that one. Not a great deal else happened this week. I guess it must be time for brand stuff. The big brand story of the week is Rocket Apples, who have packaging that looks like this. YIBO is the new global ambassador for this product. I hope that that global ambassadorship includes Australia, because he was the global brand ambassador for Jeans West, and it turned out they didn't include Australia. So you never can tell. But anyway, that's the big brand story for the week. He is the brand ambassador for Rocket, which are a variety and a brand of apples from New Zealand, although these ones are from Australia, grown in Australia. Anyway, and yeah, there was lots of cute marketing materials that came out from that launch, and I think we're going to watch the extremely Wes Anderson coded video that they did at the end of this one. But apart from Rocket, which is the big story for the week, Lacoste, as I mentioned, put out new photos. Loewe also put out a whole bunch of photos, and in fact, Oliver June, who was the photographer with YIBO in Paris, also put out some of those photos on her own socials, so on the Warm Studio Weibo page, and also on Oliver June's personal Xiaohongshu, I think. And yeah, so there's that. For 520 itself, a number of the brands put out YIBO pictures or YIBO related pictures, photo edits on the main. Petshine put out a very cute little promo, and beyond that, Shu Ulmira had some new pics this week. Super X is probably the other big one for the week. They have just finished 5 years with YIBO and are starting year 6, and are dropping a new product in a couple of days, and have been like putting out all this pre-promotion stuff for this new product that YIBO is going to be associated with, which is a plum beer, I believe, which go off Super X. Like, I can't actually visualize what that would taste like, but I can't imagine what that would taste like, but I'm sure it'll be delicious. And yeah, I think that's about it. As for what to look forward to, I really don't know at this stage. I've got no idea. He's been very quiet for the last little while. There is that rumor, still that rumor that he's going to be attached to the new Chang'e film, which is supposedly starting shooting in Beijing early, like first week of June. So it's possible that that's happening, and he's just, you know, in pre-production stuff involved with that, or who knows, it could be something else entirely. Of course, we're still looking forward to the movie, which is supposed to be coming out 2026, the Mermaid film. And nothing has been said about that at all, not even a whisper. So we're still waiting, and we're getting towards halfway through the year. So it's got to be soon. Something's got to be said soon, surely, if it's going to come out this year. Soon. Yeah, but that's about all. I hope you're all well. I hope you have a lovely week, and let's go out with a little bit of YIBO and Ivan, the Chief Operating Officer of Rocket, meeting in China for a Wes Anderson pastiche.
这是乐奇全球品牌代言人王一博，这位是来自新西兰的果农 Ivan。 一个是乐奇全球品牌代言人王一博，一个是世世代代在新西兰种苹果的资深果农，这个组合有点意思。哦，艾文带来了礼物，来自新西兰的乐奇苹果，还有泥土。
这是霍克斯湾果园的火山好土壤，富含天然矿物质，只有如此营养的肥沃土壤，才能孕育出圆润饱满的高品质苹果。好土壤有营养，孕育乐奇好苹果。